Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, a channel dedicated to personal development and all things entrepreneurship for purpose-driven individuals. I'm Mbali and I'm so excited because actually this is my first video for 2020 that I'm recording, because what I've been posting is actually some footage from a while back, like the Egypt trip was actually, I think, a good 5 years ago. So I'm so excited to be shooting this video because it is a very exciting time to be alive. There is a lot happening in the world. It looks bad, but I am one of those people who are choosing to stay really positive and are putting my eyes and ears out to check how I can use this as an opportunity to flourish and thrive. So welcome to this video. I'm not gonna make it too long. Let's get straight into it. So I just wanna close this. So you see that the title of the video is Don't Get Depressed During Lockdown. And I'm going to be sharing 10 tips on what to do to make sure that you stay healthy and healthy not only mentally, but emotionally and physically as well. So let's dive straight into this. Let's dive straight into it. By the way, I'm so excited. I've got my phone back that was broken for the longest time. So I've got it back and I'm able to shoot with it. Yes. All right, so tip number one, you need to make sure that you create a routine or you stay in your normal routine. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you usually wake up at a certain time, take this time to continue waking up at that certain time. Have a morning routine. So for example, my morning routine is that I wake up, I have some quiet times, I spend time with God in the word, in worship and prayer, and then I will go into the bathroom, I will freshen up, so brush my teeth, wash my face, then I'll clear out the house a bit, so I'll wash some dishes, I'll sweep a bit, I'll pack away some stuff that would have been lying around from the night before, and then I will take a shower, and then I will sit at my desk. Right here, this is my desk situation. I will sit at my desk and then I'll start working, and I'll usually work for a few hours. Then I'll take an afternoon where I just chill and relax, have lunch, and then I head back and work again. Or I take an afternoon nap, or and then I continue with some more work in the evenings, or I watch a movie, and then I get in, I try to get in some exercise. So I've been a bit bad with it the last couple of weeks, but that's because I've had some symptoms. So now that I'm getting back into it, I'm going to reintroduce those exercises again. So I know that Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays I do a certain thing, Tuesdays and Thursdays I do a certain thing, and basically that is what I'm encouraging you to do, is to make sure that you maintain some form of routine. And tip number two is to say, get enough sleep. Guys, if you binge watch Netflix and series and DSTV and whatever it may be that you're watching till 3 a.m. in the morning, you are not going to remain healthy and happy. That is an opportunity for you to become depressed. Avoid that as much as you can. Please get enough sleep. So if you usually go to bed at 10, 11 or 12, make sure that during this time you go to bed at that time still. Tip number three is eat balanced meals and drink a lot of water. So I don't want to encourage you to just start doing things that you don't necessarily always do, because I feel that that's the fastest way to become overwhelmed and the fastest way to then end up doing nothing. But what I mean by this is that it's really important to make sure that you are eating vegetables and that you are drinking enough water. It is so imperative. Please do not sit and binge watch series till 3 a.m. while eating snacks and chocolates and things like that, because all of that stuff will culminate in you and will make you start to feel not so good emotionally, mentally, and physically. So it's important that you make sure that you're eating balanced meals, especially because we're currently going through a health crisis. So that's even more reason why you need to be making sure that you're eating vegetables. And when it comes to vegetables, take your vegetables, pop them in some water, throw some salt over them, and let them rinse for a little bit, and then cut them up, chop them up, and make make something with them. And I mean, don't complicate life. So put together a quick salad and some meat, mealy meal and some meat, mash and some wors, so make easy meals, but make sure that in those easy meals there is some form of health, so some vegetables, and be sure to be drinking water. So I constantly walk around with a bottle, so if I'm sitting in the bedroom, the bottle is next to me, the bottle and some Vaseline. That's like my routine wherever I go. And if I come into the kitchen, I bring my bottle and some Vaseline, if I because I'm always moisturizing my lips, that's why I'm mentioning the Vaseline. And if I'm in the lounge, I make sure that next to me is my bottle and everything that I need to be nice and comfortable. But I am basically drinking water. So give yourself targets and make sure that you drink enough water during this time. All right, and then tip number 4 is to make sure that you get outside for some sun and fresh air. So you're not allowed to leave your gate, and I want us to please stay home and listen to what the president has said. He's consulted with a whole lot of people, so they're saying this to keep us safe, and it is important that we make sure that we do our part. But in your yard, you're allowed to walk out of your yard, or even if it means that you just sit outside by your door and take in some deep breaths, get some fresh air, breathe in, breathe out, and let some sun fall on your skin. So I don't know, I think it's vitamin D. I think it's vitamin D. Make sure that you get some natural vitamin D from the sun. It all works part and parcel to making sure that you stay healthy. All right, and then tip number 5, consume healthy content. Okay, don't binge watch till 3 a.m. content that is negative, content that is not growing you, content that is numbing your brain. I'm all for balance. So yes, I'm going to be binge watching things during this time, but I'm not going to do it till 3 a.m. and that's not what I'm going to be doing morning, afternoon, and evening. I am balancing it out. So mornings and afternoons are times where I'm consuming healthy content, in the sense that I'm watching YouTube videos on how to be a better YouTuber, YouTube videos on digital marketing, business, entrepreneurship, personal development, growth, sales, strategy, all of that stuff. Whatever I need to learn, I'm going to try and get in that time to do that now. But then also in the evenings, we started a little routine where we have a movie of the night. So one night I choose a movie, the other night Lorraine chooses a movie, one night I choose a movie, Lorraine chooses a movie, and so on we go. So that is balance. But what I'm saying is, don't spend all your time every single day just watching mind-numbing content. And what I also mean by that is that the news are currently putting out so much content, and yes, they are informing us, but they are also negative. And you can come for me, but I'm telling you the truth. The news and the media are being very negative a lot of times. You don't need to be hearing about corona morning, afternoon, and evening. Get in, keep up with current affairs, and know what's happening. Know how to keep yourself and others safe, but don't be consuming corona information morning, afternoon, and evening, because that is not going to work out well for you. It is just going to make you feel like the world is coming to an end and we're all dying, and it's no, it's not. We're not all dying. It's not the end of the world. Make sure that you consume healthy content, some fun content, and find balance. Tip number 5, keep a gratitude journal. Guys, we're going to need to be very intentional during this time. Take some time to relax, take some time to do what you need to do, but make sure that in whatever you're doing, you're being intentional. Keep a gratitude journal, and what that means is that write down your thoughts, de-stress, keep in mind the positive things that are happening. If you're in a home, that's something to be grateful for. If you've got food, it may not be the best food in the whole wide world, but if you've got food, that is something to be grateful for. If you've got family that you can video call, if you've got family in your house, that is something to be grateful for. If you have a job, that is something to be grateful for. Whatever it is, make sure that you find stuff to be grateful for during this time. Jot it down and take moments to just breathe in, breathe out, and say, I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for Wi-Fi. I'm grateful for food. Just remain positive and do it intentionally. All right. Tip number 7 Do new and exciting things that you have always wanted to do. This is your time. We've cut out traveling to and from work. We've cut out so many things, obviously, because we're in lockdown. So this is the time to gear down and do something new and exciting that you've always wanted to do. Once again, don't overwhelm yourself. So don't say to yourself, I'm going to write 7 books and I'm going to watch all of that, all of Oprah's podcasts, and don't overwhelm yourself. But take the time to be intentional about doing something that you've always wanted to do, doing something new, doing something exciting. I'm going to be diving back into doing a little bit of arty work. So I was always very arty, but then for the longest time I got very busy and businessy, and I forgot to kind of be my artistic self. So this time I'm going to be taking time to dive back into adult coloring. I've got an adult coloring book and things like that. So find what that is for you and do it. All right. Tip number 8, have constructive and healthy conversations. All right. So don't just have conversations. Take the time during this time to have meaningful conversations. So ask people, what are you passionate about? What is your dream? If you had 100,000 rand, where would you travel and what would you do? Get to know yourself. Get to know the people around you, whether they are in your house or over video call. Actually have meaningful conversations. We need to make sure that we remain connected. We need to make sure that we remain social during this time. So balance it out. And something that I should have mentioned, I think, with consuming healthy content is the importance of balancing out your cold and your warm screens. A TV and a cell phone is a cold screen. A book and talking to someone is a warm screen. Make sure that you balance those two. Have some cold screening and some warm screening and balance it out. Have those meaningful conversations. Ask the questions you've always wanted to ask, whether that be to your spouse, your friend, your family, whether that be via video call or the people that you are in quarantine with in the house. All right. Tip number 9, exercise, stretch, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes a day. I'm not saying start being a gym fanatic, but YouTube has got lots and lots of 5 minutes and 10-minute workouts. Make sure that during this time you do get in a little bit of exercising, or whether it be running around your house 5 times like an idiot, it's fine, do it. We all need to make sure that we are moving, because if you stay in one position this whole time, we surely will fall into depression. So make sure that you are moving, whether it's just stretching as you wake up. This is something that you should be doing all the time, doing that or whatever you do, but do a little bit of stretching and some form of exercise during this time. And you don't have to do it every day. You can do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Saturdays and Wednesdays. It's up to you, but get in a little bit of exercise during this time. And then tip number 5, be accountable and have an accountability partner, especially if you are quarantining all on your own. And if you are on lockdown all on your own, that's the fastest way to stay in your pajamas the whole day, to not shower, to eat bad, to binge watch morning, afternoon, and evening. So make sure that you have someone that you are asking to keep you accountable. And remember, you're not doing the president a favor by staying healthy. It's about you, because there's going to be life after this 21 days, and you don't want to find yourself fat, depressed, and not knowing what to do after this 21 days. Life is going to go on. The world is going to move on, and the world is going to look very different after this 21 days. So make sure that you are doing your part for you to be prepared for the life after these 21 days and for life after Corona, because Corona is not going to be the end of us. It is only an opportunity actually for us to come in within ourselves and bring out what is within us and make our world a better place. All right, so those are my 10 tips to make sure that you do not fall into the trap of depression during this time. And I know, don't come at me, I know that depression is a clinical is a clinical medical condition. I understand that. But if you don't keep a routine, if you don't get enough sleep, if you do things that will mess with your hormones, then you are going to get depressed. So let's just bring in some balance. All right. So before this video becomes too long, thank you so much for watching. I'm really wishing you all the best and I'm praying for you, and I know that we're going to be okay and the world is going to go on beautifully after Corona. So do what you can, be the best you can, and come out as a rock star. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, comment down below, say hello, and let me know what of these 10 tips you really are excited to introduce, or if I've missed anything and you would like to share it with us. And make sure to share this video with other people, because we want to make sure that we all remain healthy and balanced during this 21 days. I appreciate you and I'm so grateful that you're watching. Please subscribe, guys. I'm going to try and put out as much content as I can, and there's a whole lot of exciting things that I'm putting together while for lockdown and afterwards. So please be tuned in and have a great time. Mwah.